everybody. It's me, Dorothy, doing my first ever live stream at Cuppers. It's gonna be a bit of a learning curve, so bear with me. We are gonna have a comment section. I'll be trying to respond to your comments, questions, general things that you have to say. But because of social distancing, Steph's gonna be way over there reading your comments, and she'll be relaying that information to me. There's just a bit of a lag, so it may be a moment before I get to it, but don't feel like I haven't heard you. I'm here listening for you, and we're gonna get to building some lattes while you're at home. Okay, first things first, you're gonna need some good coffee. We have a lot of that, so you can order that online if you'd like, or you can call us and we'll get it straight to you in the next day or two. Next up, you're gonna need some milk. Gonna grab that now, but first, I'm gonna wash my hands. For 20 seconds. Thank you. That's nice. Hi, Auntie Sue. All right. That step's out of the way. Now I'm going to get the milk.
Excited. Lisa Dirkson's very excited.
Thanks, Lisa. Me too.
You're getting lots of hearts.
Pouring that up. All right. And if I'm not being loud enough, let us know, and I can shout. Also, if I touch my face, let us know. I have our cup. Can I get a sleeve on
this? Daughter's homeschool homework today.
That's awesome, Heather. This is very important. This is like all the family's going to work together to make sure everyone's caffeinated. All right. So, first things first, I want to make the milk ready because if you have your shots standing alone, they'll die. That's a thing that shots can do. I don't know if you knew this, but when you pull your espresso, if you let it stand, all of that crema that you get, that's going to be in this part, it's going to be cascading up the shot glass, and then it'll get really, really sour. And some people love that, and some beans are made especially for that. So I guess what's most important to remember is that I'm not going to come to your house and drink your latte because social distancing, but also it's your latte. So make it the way you like it, but I just want to make the milk first so that I'm not going to murder these shots.
Chantel says she's making her kids watch it in hopes that they'll make her lattes every day now.
I hope so too, Chantel. She was just saying, pardon me? Oh, Chantel was saying that she's gonna get her kids to make their lattes every day, which I think is really good, like family building during these confusing times. We can all learn together with the power of lattes. Okay, steaming it up. I am starting, so I'm gonna have the steam wand just in the side of this pitcher, and it's gonna do what we call an auto polish. So if only you could see into the pitcher with me, it's gonna cause the milk to rotate and make a bit of a whirlpool, which will help keep the bubbles really small and build that really silky, creamy latte milk that we're looking for. And you can see too here on the thermometer that I'm gonna be going up just to this green region here. I don't want it to go over because you run the risk of scalding the milk that way, and then it just doesn't taste as good. We want that natural sweetness that builds in this 140 to 160 Fahrenheit range. They're laughing at me and I can't figure out why.
No, we're laughing at Mickey. Renful asked about the AeroPress and doing espresso with the AeroPress.
Oh, yeah.
And then touch on that.
So I've had some questions about the AeroPress and kind of a home hack. I was laughing about this when I was thinking about how this program was going to go because apparently not everyone has a Marzocco Strada at their home. I, for one, also don't have one of those. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? This thing costs as much as my car. So we'll build up to that one. But after I've done this really high-end professional latte, we'll do more of the at home. How's it going to work? What kind of gear do I need? So after this latte, we're going to do the Bodum Bistro AeroPress home latte hack. Okay, so once I've steamed that milk, I'm giving it a bit of a swish. I'm also going to tamp it a couple times because I don't know if you can see this. There's some bubbles there on the wall. It's not great. It's okay. But it's also really shiny, that kind of paint gloss color. And doing that just knocks all those bubbles up. If you've ever come for a drink here and we're like chatting over the bar, you've experienced this, and I'm like hitting this in the bar. It's a good way to get some of that like aggression, some of those emotions out. Give it a nice swirl. Oh yeah, that's gonna do.
Pearl is watching, and also she asks how you can get your favorite beans.
Oh, amazing. Hi, Pearl. Great question. So you can get your favorite beans, aka cuppers, from calling our store at
380-4555.
380-4555. That's a 403 number. But you can also order your beans online at cuppers.ca.
Yeah.
Cuppers.ca. I know exactly how to reach us. Yeah, I'm getting there. Sorry, the Peanut Gallery, you guys. They got a lot to say. So we do have free local delivery for Lethbridge, Coaldale, and Coalhurst, as well as having just a really like small shipping fee if you're ordering for outside those areas. If you order over 10 pounds of coffee, and let's be honest, we're drinking a lot of coffee at home right now, you get free shipping. So that can be a really good thing. But also, in addition to our beans and ground coffee, we have so many other delicious goodies online, like all those comfort foods that you love, all the syrups you need for making your drinks at home, and as well as like a bunch of different brewing stuff. So when we get to the other kind, like the AeroPress latte that I'm going to make after this one, the home hack, if you will, we have all that stuff online as well. Oh, I'm making a mess. Just spilled milk on the counter. That's okay. You guys got me off the counter.
No, sorry. Ooh.
Okay, so I pulled my espresso shot. This is espresso ground coffee, and what we work for, like we're looking for about 15 grams of coffee for our double shot espresso portafilter. I'm going to use our tamper to kind of push the espresso so it's flat, like that, before pressing it down with approximately 30 pounds of pressure. If you're using a home machine, it's going to be a little bit different, but, and this is another big factor in the flavor of your espresso. And then you saw I was like spinning the tamper, and that's so that it gets really nice and flat. And you want it to be like level. If you get kind of like a lopsided one, it'll make your shots lopsided.
Tracy says she loves us and she misses cappuccinos. She misses us.
Thanks, Tracy. We love and we miss you too. For real, this is my social experience. I haven't put this much effort into my face in the last 2 weeks. So like, I love you guys. I don't want you to think I'm a goblin, so that's another kind of love. I'm just running the portafilter head here just so that we get it purged before I put on the tamper, or put on the portafilter, sorry. And then I'm going to pull my shots. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to give this milk another little polish here, that spinning thing I was doing. Because that's, I've let it sit for a really long time. So it's kind of separated a little bit. I'm also going to clean up my milk mess.
Pearl says at least you're not in your jammies.
I wish I was in my jammies, Pearl. Maybe next time. I was like, can I wear a tiara to this?
Amy says, I miss my Americano.
Aww.
It's beautiful.
Oh, I love you guys. Okay, so you
Yeah,
can see
it's
that
the
beautiful
face.
cascading there. It's awesome. That crema is building really nicely. I'm going to pour those into our cup and add the milk here. Oh, I got some bubbles, so I'm going to give that a tap too. I'll be honest with you guys, this is a little bit of fluffy latte milk, but that's okay.
Olivia's
There's
on.
no mistakes, only happy accidents. Hi, Olivia. All right, moment of truth, everyone. It's kind of a leaf, or maybe a mysterious person. We don't know who it is, but you know, who doesn't need a little interaction right now? Ooh, dang!
Tracy asks if you can do latte art, but I think that they don't.
I can try the latte art. Yes, I was a little bit stressed about this one, so I don't know if this is my best latte art work, but I feel like that's a really good, we could do a whole like live stream about that. And also, please recommend your live stream options to us, like things you want to see. We're very interested in doing those things, so let us know what that is, because we want to keep doing these. We love you guys. Okay, now it's for the home hack one. All right, so set my fuel over here and wipe down my counter real quick. Yep. pitcher. I'm just gonna wash my hands again because that's for the best.
Can I drink this one?
You want to do the cup?
No, maybe this one. How long is this live?
Wow.
And then someone says, yes, live stream coffee. Jen.
How long is this live? Well, I don't know. We're gonna find. I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna do another the AeroPress style latte, and then we'll do a couple questions if you guys have any. I'm gonna tell you I love you like 8 more times, and then we'll wrap it up from there. I guess we're gonna play it by ear, but let us know. I guess if you're wanting it to go for longer, or if you're like, okay, I learned what I learned. Thanks so much, covers. I have to do the rest of my life now. We'll be waiting for you.
And it's available on my app and stuff as well.
Yeah. Okay. And I've been informed too that we'll keep this available online, so after it's aired, you'll still be able to come and watch. If you're at home and you're like, oh man, I don't remember what the heck Dorothy said, she said it all so quickly, you can watch it 11 times. It'll be awesome.
And Jen says, yay, live stream coffee art. And Chantel says she wants us to do London fog ones, so she was
Oh, we could definitely do London fog ones, and we can try and work more. Like, I feel like there'll be a lot of opportunities to do the coffee, like the latte art style, especially if we do a flat white one. Those really lend themselves to beautiful, beautiful art. And we have these really cute little 8-ounce cups. Oh, it's gonna be so fun, you guys. Okay, this is the Bodum Bistro. It's a electric milk frother and heater. So you pour your milk on the inside, and it's got this little spinny thing in here that heats it and frosts it as you're going. So I'm gonna set it up somewhere I can plug it in. And then while that's doing its thing, I'll show you guys how to make the AeroPress coffee. If any of you were here during my caramel macchiato demo, you know that went really excitingly. We're hoping it doesn't do that again today, but like just a normal amount of excitement. Yeah. So we're using whole milk again because it's the best and it tastes the most best. But if you need milk alternatives, or like if you are milk, like whole milk averse or allergic, we have dairy-free options. We've got oat milk, almond milk, soy milk, and coconut milk that you can buy online. And you can also get this online too. We just put it on today. We got a whole bunch back in stock. I know when you guys were here for our demos, we didn't have it in store at that time. And now we do! Perfect timing! Pour that in there. Yeah. Alright, so that's doing its thing. And I'm going to remind you guys, if you are looking for local delivery, we can have that. It's just a small fee, and we will deliver anywhere in Lethbridge, Coaldale, and Colehurst. So we can bring you your milk frother, your AeroPress, your coffee, your milk alternatives, your syrups. You'll have everything you need to do this drink and more. It's going to be awesome. And also, Steph has requested that I make this one for her, so we're going to make it extra delicious.
Amy's watching and she says baby Mary's really excited to see you.
Oh my god, hi, baby Mary! I'm so excited to I guess I don't see you too, but I'm very excited! Easily distracted, you guys. Okay, so here's our AeroPress, most of it. This is the parts you're gonna get when you get an AeroPress. You get this part here, which has the bottom. You can rip that off and pop in one of your filters. What you wanna do first is just get it a little bit wet. I lost my filter, you guys. All right. So you can see when I wet the filter, it just helps it stick to the bottom. That's going to be kind of important. I don't know if any of you chemists are out there watching, but I'm sure you've done this. All right, so I'm going to do this over the cup. This is my favorite part about the AeroPress, is you can kind of make it to go or to stay. I've lovingly renamed all of our Go cups Stay cups, so you can take that if you'd like. AeroPress does say to use 1 heaping scoop of beans and then grind them, and I find that to be a little confusing, so I just use 1 heaping scoop of grinds, and you grind it for the AeroPress, which is a certain grind that we have here, and we can grind it for you that way at home as well.
Joanna asks if
Yeah. Okay.
And Rumble asks if Rumble says you can also use a stainless steel one.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So if you can grind your beans at home every day, there's kind of two things I'd say with that. Yes, I would recommend grinding your beans fresh as possible. It's going to help keep that flavor because the bean itself isn't like broken into smaller pieces. There's less surface area for it to lose those oils, those gases that make that coffee flavor that you love. But there are some different qualities of grinder. So if you're using a blade grinder that's like spinning around and chopping up your beans, it's going to be really inconsistent granules of coffee, so it'll be really inconsistent in flavor. So if you're drinking your coffee like a pound a week or a pound every 2 weeks, I would have us grind it for you if you don't have a burr grinder. But if you have a burr grinder, by all means, grind it every day. It's going to be so fresh. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to be awesome. Okay. All right. There's also different filters for these. You can get stainless steel filters. We have those. They're reusable. And we have another little attachment part that I'll show you that makes it a little bit more like a traditional espresso. I'm going to do this kind of, we have a hot water tap, so I'm just going to pour this right into here. I'm going to fill it about to that 2 line because I don't want it to be very watered down. I want it to be pretty potent, and that's why I put a little bit of extra coffee in there too. All right, bear with me.
She says Ed misses his Americanos.
Aw.
Heather says Emma lost track. Did you put the steamer milk in the glass first and then add the shots? Or shots first?
Hi Veldmans, I miss you guys too. So I had a question about whether we put the water or the espresso or the milk in first. I always pour the espresso shots in first so that when you're adding the milk, you can sort of swirl it around and get your latte art going. If you're doing a caramel macchiato, this is where that important distinction comes in first. You want to put your milk in first. Maybe we'll do another live stream about that one. So we're kind of waiting on this here. Our milk is already done, so I'm going to bring it over. Oh yeah. So there you go, you guys. That looks awesome. It's nice and toasty. The nice thing about this is it's kind of like no hassle. You can just sort of like turn the button, it turns off automatically, which is awesome. And then it stays warm inside too because it's insulated. All right, so this has been sitting here for a little while. And if you're like me and you're kind of sloppy with your pour, you can use this to pour your grounds in, and then you can use it later as like a little funnel. That's what those are called. You can use it as a funnel. All right, you guys. So now I'm going to depress this coffee, which is kind of like a home hack for espresso, into our cup here. Amazing, done. It's your home workout. So you're done your workout for the day. You've worked your arms, you're super jacked. So that's the gym class for your kids as well. Put that over here. Give this one last swish. Ta-da! So slightly less than a 16-ounce latte and a little bit on the foamier side. But I would say quality-wise, still probably amazing. I'm not going to taste it because I told Steph I'd give her this one and social distancing. So I'm going to slide that over.
Ah, thank you!
All right, so there's a couple other options too for frothing. You don't have to use this guy. There's also this one, which is like another little home workout. So you heat your milk, you put it inside, and then you just like go crazy until you get the consistency that you want. Another option is the Shuma, which is a little battery-operated one. I always tell people, I think it's this guy. Woohoo! So I always tell people that this works really great for lattes and eggs, if you like really fluffy eggs, which I do. So I'm always like fluffing them up with this thing. And that's our home latte making thing. Do you guys have any questions before we sign off?
Suzanne says Kim is watching, and she says hi, and that she misses you.
Oh my god, hi Kim! I love you guys! Thanks so much for tuning in, that's amazing! I was given some nice wisdom by my father today, so I'm going to share this with you guys. That coffee is a concept. So even if you can't go out and have coffee with your friends, you can stay in and still have coffee with your friends. And this can be like a thing that you do for yourself, and you still get to socialize with people, be really nice. I miss you guys a lot. That's part of why I was like, yeah, let's do a live stream. It was really selfish. I just miss you guys. So thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. That's really awesome. If you have any other questions, we'll still have this up.
Could you just mention the prices?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, so I've had some questions about the prices. This guy here is $59.95. The AeroPress all in itself, which I didn't even show you my favorite part. I'm just gonna get a cup here. This is the best part about the AeroPress, you guys. So you twist off this bottom part that I showed you before, and you just depress it all the way. You get that really satisfying pop, and there's a little puck, and that's it. That's all your garbage, and that composts so well. Oh, it blows my mind every time. Okay, so anyways, sorry. The AeroPress is $49.95. This guy, this is also $49.95, and this is $19.95. Yeah.
Tyler questions for you. Yeah. And
Okay.
then what's the ratio of coffee or tea to milk?
Okay. So usually I would say the ratio of coffee or tea to milk. I put about 2 ounces of coffee per. I would say 2 ounces of coffee per. I don't know, 16 ounces. The way that we do ours is 1 shot, 2 shots, 2 shots, 4 shots. Again, there's a lot of personal preference that plays into it, and there's no wrong way to make it as long as you like it. If I'm doing my tea lattes, again, still I'll just put very little water, but I'll let it steep for quite a while. So it depends on how strong you like that tea flavor. You could put a little more water if you wanted. By all means, some of my favorite drinks are like the Americano Misto, where I'm getting mostly coffee, partially milk. And we can do that one too with you guys. I love that one's people sneaking around in the back. As you can see, there's still a lot of things going on. We're going out for deliveries all the time. I've started driving, which is pretty cool. Just drive our giant van. Keep an eye out for me on your doorstep in a nice, non-creepy way. I have some other questions.
What is the grind for AeroPress?
Oh, great question. So the grind for AeroPress is the same as Latte, which might not be helpful to you. It's a little bit finer than a drip ground coffee, but it's a little bit coarser than espresso ground coffee. It's kind of in the middle of those two. The AeroPress is really forgiving though. If you do want to use like a little bit of a coarser grind, if you just buy our drip ground coffee, you can still use it. You just might need to play with the ratios a little bit to get that amount that you want. I forgot that I was going to show you guys this coffee dosage card. So I don't know if you can read that, but we can send them to you if you just request it in the notes section of your order. Probably.
Yeah.
But it tells you how many cups, like how many scoops of, like our green scoop, how many scoops of coffee per how much water you're putting in. It also has recommendations for how to store your coffee, how long it's fresh for. I have one of these like taped in my cupboard. I've moved with it like 4 times. It's awesome. Any questions?
When do you add the syrup?
Oh, sorry, I'm looking over here for questions. So every time I've got my back to you, it's because I'm waiting for the questions to load up. I've had a question about when we add syrup. I always put that in first. So whenever we're making drinks here in the drink area, what we'll do is we'll write down your drink order. We'll put it in the queue. We'll get the cup ready and fill it with as much syrup as we want. We do a 1/4 ounce of syrup, which is 1 pump from our Monin pumps for every 8 ounces of drink. So this size would be 2 pumps. And then, so it would go syrup, then if it's a latte, it would be espresso, then milk. And if it was a tea latte, it would be syrup, tea bag, water. Let it sit while I'm steaming the milk, and then pour that in.
That's all the questions, but you got a lot of thank you, we love you, we miss you types of things.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Okay, you guys, so that's all the questions we've got. If you have any more, don't forget that we can still respond after the live stream is over. We're happy to answer those questions for you. We're really happy that you guys could tune in for this one. It means so much to me that it's not just me missing you, because I really do miss you guys. This is like my favorite job, one of the favorite jobs I've ever had. I feel so lucky to continue working with some of my best friends and get to keep interacting with you guys. It's keeping me whole right now. So you can visit us more on our Facebook. You can get all these goodies that I talked about on our website, cuppers.ca, and more information about deliveries and stuff on there as well. Let us know what you'd like to hear next time. Tomorrow we're going to have Steph on at the same time. She's going to be doing pour-overs, so keep your eye out for that. It's going to be awesome. Thank you so much, you guys. Stay home, stay safe. I love you. Mwah, 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 mwah.